on Broadway.
Yeah, nothing says New York more than Broadway. And nothing says Broadway more than our legendary colleague and co-worker, the lovely Joan Hamburg. You know, the Tonys are coming out. She's always got this annual pre-Tony luncheon, which is a huge party. Coming up Thursday, May the 30th, 2019, from noon to 2, 141 West 38th Street in New York. It's a big party. She's always got, Ray Romano's going to be there this year, Kathy Lee Gifford, Nora O'Donnell, Alec Baldwin.
Check that out.
Damn.
From your mouth to God's ear.
James Corden.
Well, this is the list I've got.
Joel Gray.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
He's a big shot.
Huge. And none of those people will ever come on this show because... Well, Bunny loves Trump, and I like Trump, so they'll never come on, ever.
Well, but you could put Trump in his little compartment for a while you have them on. One thing has nothing to do with another.
That's right.
That's easy
Politics
for you to
is
say.
its own thing. I always, before I go to a dinner or something, I say, it's a neutral zone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't question what you love. I'm not arguing with you. I think it's great. That's why we live here.
I couldn't agree more.
That's right.
Right?
Couldn't agree more. It should be like
the
that.
guy's done a lot of things you like. Good for you. I'm in favor. Actually, I can't figure out who I'm in favor of anymore.
That's good. Keep it that way, and you'll have a lot of
too
fans.
many.
Yeah, and then you're able to get guests like this, which we can't get. So anyway, it's a whole other story.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
It's okay. They're all going to come. It's a
How do you
great
know that?
show.
It is a
Because
great
you
show.
guys,
Yeah.
despite Trumpism,
Yeah.
have a very warm, welcoming environment. I'm not kidding.
Well, you have to convince these people that's the case.
That they will, but you're not inviting them to talk politics. You're inviting them to find out what they do that contributes to the fabric of the city.
Which they all do amazing things. I think we should go to this and sit down with these people and explain to them that we don't care about politics necessarily, and we want you to come on.
We all care. It's fun, but we don't.
We
that
embrace
isn't.
everybody's ideas. Diversity of thought is a beautiful thing.
Right, so.
No, and you do get great guests.
Thank you.
Yes, we do, including right now. Joan.
By the way, better than this.
By the way, Joan Hamburg's son is a screenwriter, a big Hollywood director, right? And he apparently wrote the screenplay for Meet the Fockers.
And he even remind me.
He said that he based one of the characters was a sex-crazed mom. And he based that character on you, Joe.
I do remember hearing that.
My kid, from the time he was a little boy, would take a notebook. And no matter what you said, he'd write it down. It was really, we see that book coming out where, because it's going to appear somewhere. Mm-hmm. And he denied it, the Barbra Streisand character, the sex therapist.
Oh, okay, right.
But I told you that when he wrote Why Him? The most recent movie. We go to Hollywood to the premiere. I'm all dressed up. Everyone's fabulous. We sit down, the dark, the movie goes on, and in every other word is F or something. My husband, who's very old-fashioned, I'm telling you, he goes to bed with a shirt and tie. He's like horrified. So in the middle, it's quiet except for people laughing. I don't think I told you this. In the middle of this big opening scene, he says in the loudest voice, he's a little hard of hearing, "It's your fault.
Oh, boy.
It's your fault."
Oh, boy.
I said, "What's my fault?" "You taught him that. I never taught him those words.
Yeah.
I never." And people are going, "Shh."
Oh, that's funny.
They don't know who it is.
Sure.
But that's... to this day.
That's hilarious.
That's fine. That's good for you. You should know those words. Now, they're going to announce the Tony Awards on April the 30th. Bebe Neuwirth, one of my favorites ever, 2 Emmys for her brilliant portrayal of Lilith
wonderful.
in Cheers when she played Kelsey Grammer,
She's
his
great.
wife. She's great. And
She's
Brandon
great.
Victor Dixon, too. Both very talented people. But that comes a month before your actual lunch.
Because they do it. And it's not only the Tonys. It's everyone. My pal Susie Essman, who's on Larry David.
She's hilarious.
She's one of the great characters in New York. And she's coming over. So we're celebrating everything.
Well, one of the plays I did see recently, and I did happen to catch Jeff Daniels as Atticus Finch. My son's middle name is Atticus.
You're kidding.
No, I swear. My wife's an attorney. And she always wanted to be an attorney, so she named Gabriel's middle name after Atticus Finch. So we went to see To Kill a Mockingbird about a month ago. And we liked it very much.
It's a really good play. It's one of the good, the better plays. There are a lot of terrific things on Broadway, though. And I'll tell you, I went to see Tootsie.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. That's the next big thing.
That's my son's middle name. Tootsie. So I love the play.
It was so funny. You know what a relief it was to sit in a theater and just laugh at silliness. We loved it. We got such a kick out of it. The audience was so excited, to see something that it wasn't about the meaning of meaning. It was just fun.
It wasn't Hamilton, which is a very serious.
It isn't.
Right.
But Hamilton's one of the great shows.
Well,
and changed theater for all time.
Of course.
Tootsie, you guys are going to get.
I heard it's better than the movie. That's what I heard.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman was pretty good in that role, though.
That's what I read.
I know.
It's going to be tough to beat that. One thing I want to see on Broadway, and maybe I'm the only one, is King Kong. Tell me why I want to see that.
Because you're the only one.
Okay, there it is. Have you seen it? Is it awful?
No, I've got to be fair. I'm sure it's not awful. The thing is, Sydney, that I go to theater and that curtain goes up and the world is going to stand still for an hour or two.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. Take yourself to see King Kong, go to a matinee, look at the sets, get a kick out of it.
Right.
And then you've seen something a little bit different. But everything you see, I saw Hadestown recently. In fact, the other day. It's like a folk opera, but it's based on mythology. You know what I couldn't believe? Theater is usually old because it's so expensive. All kids. The place was packed with teenage kids.
Really?
Wow. They were screaming and yelling and thrilled. There was a little 13-year-old sitting in front of me. I said, she was with her daddy. This is the best thing I ever saw because it was fair to see. Yeah. And the kid was excited.
Was.
So, you know what? There's so much
my
in this town.
My daughter loved Wicked.
I took my grandbaby, who was such a scaredy cat, that every time I said I would sit in mall lobbies. I bought the kid the tickets to the Nutcracker. We get in there. Right. She says, Grandma Joan, we're leaving. I said, we just got here. No, you don't know. The Nutcracker's a bad guy. I said, the Nutcracker's a bad guy. Very bad. We're out of here. So we sat in the lobby. Radio City, the best show, that marvelous Christmas show. Yeah. Grandma, we're out of here. I said, we just got here. No, those boys in that show are bad. Why? They don't like Santa Claus. So, finally, I took her to see Wicked, first Broadway. Thrilled.
Loved it, right? Loved it,
She loved it. Let me give you a number. Truthfully, we are almost sold out.
Okay.
But try. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we all have a ball together. Now, 212-613-3848 for our pre-Tony celebration of everything great in New York.
Especially that.
Including your morning show.
Thank you. Pete Morgan checks in. Mr. Peerless Borders, he says, was it Tootsie's Monday night with Maureen? That's how they celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary. Oh. He said it was fantastic.
Right.
Great, fun show. And my wife, Danielle, she's sitting in her office. She's not in court this morning. Says, man, I love listening to Joan speak. Keep her going. So on the way out, look, Broadway is something that we all cherish. We all love it. We all go. Me, Jill, and Bernie. It's been your life. I keep hearing these stories about the financial difficulties and the seats. I got to tell you, there was not a seat in the house when I went to see To Kill a Mockingbird, and that was a Sunday matinee.
Not a vacant seat in
nothing,
the house.
Nothing. So is it doing? I think it's doing better than
theater's doing great.
How about I grew up on the Temptations. I had the 45s, Ball of Confusion, Just My Man. I love the Temptations.
My mom just saw it. She loved it.
Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations. Did you see it, Joan?
I did. And I loved it. I took these old creaky knees and was dancing in the aisle.
I would imagine.
It was so much fun. We all had that. We had the music and the sound of it. And to see this group, I try to get them on to entertain at our show. But the producer, who's a friend of mine, one of the producers, said they're so terrified they're going to get sick or get a cold that they don't like to be in group situations, or we don't want them. So
that's too bad.
See that show.
You
guys have to go see it.
All right.
It's
there it is.
Really good.
If Joan Hamburg says it's good, it's going to be good. The big pre-Tony luncheon coming up Thursday, May the 30th, from noon to 2. The address 141 West 38th Street.
At Arno's.
Almost. And what's the number again? One more time.
Let me give you the number.
Arno's is a great place, too. Great place.
Arno's is a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's also on WABCRadio.com to buy tickets.
And the number
212-613-3848. Come, say hello, have a great meal, and see the stars that make the country tick.
Absolutely.
Enjoy.
Great
Guys,
job.
thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Joan
Oh, and
Hamburg.
by the way, go see Hudson Yards. It's really worth it.
Oh, Sid was there
I was there
last
Saturday night. We had a great time.
It's fun,
We walked
right?
the High Line. We did the whole thing. It was lovely.
Sydney, I can't get over you.
Hey, I'm a New
You're like
Yorker,
such
man.
a New Yorker. No more Florida. It's out of the blood.
That's it.
Bye, guys.
Done.
Have
Yeah,
fun.
thank you, best. Joan Hamburg is on the Bernie and Sid show on WABC Radio as we go out with the Temptations. Just my imagination.